I'm Bill with TANDEMKROSS, making good guns great. Before I get started, let me remind you to please like and share this video on whatever social media platform you found it on. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you aren't already. And if you're on YouTube, please click subscribe and the notification bell so that whenever we upload new videos, you find out right away. Now on to the fun stuff. Here at TANDEMKROSS, we talk a lot about wearable parts. By that I mean parts of your firearm, typically small parts, that you should assume will eventually wear out and not work correctly. These parts are usually also pretty easy to lose. Every time you open up your firearm, there's a chance that you could knock it off the table or launch it into space and it will never be seen again. Usually, people think of things like extractors or firing pins when they talk about wearable parts, but the pins that hold those parts in the gun are also wearable. A great example would be the bolt head pins and the extractor pin in a Ruger PC Carbine. Luckily for you, TANDEMKROSS now offers a set of replacements for those three pins. Our replacement pins are made from high-strength, shock-absorbing tool steel for long-lasting reliability, and they're heat-treated for superior wear resistance. They'll fit right into a stock bolt with no modifications necessary, and they're super easy to install. So let me show you how it's done.
To do this install, you will need a 5/32 Allen wrench, a small punch, and if you're using an upriser chassis like I am, you will need a 3/16 Allen wrench. And we also recommend eye protection. To start, as always, make sure your firearm is clear and safe. Then you can lock the bolt back and pull this lever forward to remove the barrel. Then you can release the bolt. Next, we'll have to remove the receiver from the chassis. For me, that involves taking the hive grip off the upriser. Then, I'll use the 5/32 Allen wrench to loosen the two screws at the rear and front of the chassis. On a stock chassis, they are captured. You don't need to remove them all the way. Loosen those screws up, and then you can take the receiver out of the chassis. Use your punch to pop out these two pins that will allow you to remove the trigger assembly. Then you'll want to remove any charging handles that you might have on your firearm. And now you can pull on this buffer here and slide the whole bolt, buffer, and recoil spring out of the receiver. Like so. To remove the two bolt head pins, you're going to want to hold the bolt with one hand and apply pressure with that thumb to the end of the bolt. Then you can just pull those bolt pins right up out. Set them aside and put one new bolt pin in each of those holes. To replace the extractor pin, you'll want to apply pressure with your thumb to the extractor on the side of the bolt. And then you can just pull that pin right out. You may have to push the recoil spring assembly back a little bit to get easier access to it. And then you can replace it with your new extractor pin. Now you can start rebuilding your PC Carbine. First, put the bolt back in, you'll have to compress the spring slightly one more time to get it to fit. Now turn it on its side and you can reattach any charging handles you had on it. Grab your trigger group housing, set that back in the rear of the receiver and replace the 2 cross pins. Then grab your chassis and set the receiver back in. Screw your 2 screws back in. Make sure you alternate so that they tighten up evenly. Then I have to put the grip back on my upriser. And then you can replace your barrel. Make sure the bolt seems like it's working correctly, and then you are done. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions about this video, be sure to let me know in the comments. And don't forget to click like and subscribe and that little notification button so that you are the first to know whenever we upload new videos. You can also find us elsewhere on the internet like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, you can find our products at www.tandemkross.com. See ya!